Temperatures hitting a milestone here. We got everybody above freezing. Did get down to 33 at Canadian, kind of cutting it closer. Dalhart 34, 42 for Amarillo. So there's a step in the right direction. And then we sit back. We know the sun is getting higher in the sky each day. That means the sun angle is increasing, getting a little more energy from the sun. And when you're clear this time of year, you start to warm up pretty quickly. So that's good news. Here's the wind, and that's another big bonus, is we're not fighting that April wind, at least not for the time being. About 10 to 20, I think, on the winds today. We'll hold that most of the day. Skies are clear as can be across the area. Looking at a few high clouds up in the mountains, nothing that's really going to affect us. Let's check temperatures the rest of the day. We're already in the 60s and making a run close to 80 today. Might fall just short. Amarillo going for upper 70s, but we'll probably tag 80 around Clarendon, Childress, Canadian, probably around Dalhart. Everybody will be close. But looks like a nice warm-up for everybody. But we need to keep an eye on the wind because we know how quickly that can change. I mean, you can be sitting pretty one day and then you get that 50-mile-an-hour blast out of the west, or like we saw over the weekend, you get that 40-mile-an-hour north blast in here and temperatures take off. That's not going to happen. Looks like the winds actually drop off a little bit later today. We'll keep them down overnight. Here we go into tomorrow. And we might have winds about 10 to 15 miles per hour. Looks like another lovely day tomorrow. And keeping an eye on temperatures, I think overnight tonight, not too bad. We'll probably keep it in the 40s. And tomorrow, there we go, just about everybody pushing up into the low 80s. So if you need to be outside, or if you just want to be outside, maybe catching the Saudis or anything out across the area, the weather looking good. Here's the big picture across the country, and of course we definitely have our eyes open this time of year for a couple of things, either another late season cold blast or something that's going to crank up the severe weather season. We don't really see that. We see the jet stream coming off the west coast, going up and then dipping down. We got a little ridge in here, we call that, and that usually generates some quiet weather. Fortunately, man, we soaked up about 1 to 2 inches of liquid out of that last storm system. We needed that, kind of put an end to the fire season for the time being. It settled the dust. Of course, we don't want to go too long without more, but looks like we do have a quiet period for about the next week. I think finally next Wednesday, we finally put on a 10% chance. So looks like we're staying quiet. One little cold front coming in Thursday, Wednesday night, Thursday. Don't be too alarmed. All that will do is drop us out of the 80s down into the maybe upper 60s and low 70s. So we can handle that. Doesn't look like we see another freeze over the next several mornings. And that's the good news. The colder air kind of lifting off to the northeast, and we're definitely starting to warm things up. If we go beyond our 7-day forecast, kind of get us into next week, this shows that we have a very good chance of above normal temperatures. So we're talking temperatures probably in the 80s. And then a little further down the road, this is our 8 to 14-day outlook. You know, getting us closer to the Easter weekend, at least a slightly better than normal chance of some more moisture. We'll keep a close watch on that. Here's your 7-day supercast. As I mentioned, we'll be in the neighborhood of 80 degrees today and tomorrow without too much wind. Got that little front on Thursday. Yeah, still great. Temperatures in the 70s and kind of a big warm up there Saturday, heading up around 89. We'll keep an eye on the fire danger. Again, our recent moisture is going to help out there, but it looks like a lot of springtime in that 7-day forecast.